Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another Redstone video, and as you can see behind me, I have built quite a large number of Redstone contraptions in my time, and a lot of people often ask me, how did I go about learning this magic stuff? Now unfortunately, I didn't come out the womb knowing how to create crazy Redstone contraptions. I actually had to learn this myself, so I thought what I'd do in today's video is take you through how I went about teaching myself this sort of thing, and how you can go about getting yourself started on Redstone. Now funnily enough, it all started with YouTube. I was watching some YouTube videos, I saw that they were using some red wire and things like that in Minecraft, and I thought to myself, hey, that looks pretty interesting. And then I started looking it up on YouTube, checking out some Redstone contraptions. I found the likes of CMB Minecraft and FE Disco, and I saw the crazy bits and bobs that they were building, and I thought, wow, that is absolutely mind-blowing. I didn't know this sort of thing was possible. I want to learn that, so let's begin. So the first thing that I did was I generated myself a redstone world. This was going to be my redstone testing world, where I was going to be doing all of my crazy bits and pieces. Now unfortunately, when I created this originally, super flat worlds didn't actually exist. There wasn't actually an option for that sort of thing, so I actually had to download a mod to generate a sandstone one, because the grass ones were quite frankly very ugly indeed. But you just saw how I did it. I created that world. This was going to be my redstone kingdom. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, I tended to watch quite a bit of FE Disco, and he created a lot of mini games and various different multiplayer games and things like that in Minecraft, and I thought I want to create something similar to that. Now my first idea for a redstone contraption is actually pretty similar to what you can see right here, but it's more complicated. It involved rounds, it had various different mobs spawning, there were going to be score systems and all those sorts of crazy things. It was going to be hugely complicated, and that was my idea for my first ever redstone contraption. My first step into the redstone world was going to be a hugely complicated redstone map, and I had no idea what I was doing. Needless to say, it didn't go particularly well. I ended up getting really stressed out, spent hours on the thing to no avail, and eventually ended up giving up. Now my first actual redstone contraption looked pretty similar to this. Nowhere near as big and as amazing as the redstone map that I had planned, but it worked, and it was mine. So I guess the first tip that I can give you guys is know the scope of your project. Make sure that you don't start too big, don't get too ambitious, because you are just going to burn yourself out. Start small, it's the best way to be. But I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea here. When I say start small, I don't mean start compact, okay? As you can see, all of my redstone contraptions over here, all of the redstone is very densely compacted together. There's very little space between circuits. Your early redstone contraptions shouldn't be looking like that, because the chances are you're not going to understand what's going on. My early redstone contraptions were absolutely enormous considering what they did. For example, this 2x2 piston door could probably be about a fifth of the size, but it's not, because I wanted to understand what all of the redstone did and how all of the redstone powered things. Compacting comes with time, unfortunately, and it comes with a lot of practice. As I began working on bigger and slightly more complicated things, I began to learn that mistakes will happen, and I will fail multiple times before I get to the correct circuit. Do you really think I build these things and they work straight away? That's something you just have to learn in general with redstone, that sometimes things don't work, and you have to stare at the same redstone contraption for a very long time indeed before you suss out what the problem is and where the bugs exist. That's just one of the fundamental lessons of redstone. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes things do work first time, and it's absolutely amazing when that does happen, but unfortunately, it's a bit of a rarity, so don't get your hopes up too high. The next thing that I personally began to do was downloading other people's redstone contraptions and basically dissecting them and trying to work out what each circuit did. So I was trying to understand why that redstone was placed there, why that repeater is on 1 tick, that repeater's on 4 ticks, why that block is placed there, why those pistons are in those positions. Basically trying to understand other people's redstone work, because understanding other people's redstone work is a really big leap in terms of understanding redstone as a whole. And one thing that I will say is this entire redstone world is up for download, so if you do want to check it out, a link will be down in the description. As I began to make more and more complicated redstone circuits, I decided I was going to try my best to keep them compact as well. Now this involved minimizing the amount of airspace and wasted area that I had on the inside of them, and keeping my redstone all nice and close together. Now two things really helped me out with this. Number one was having a nice and simple redstone texture pack like this one, which has the wires as nice solid sections as opposed to those dots that you get in the standard textures. And the other one is using color-coded circuits, for example placing your redstone circuits on wool, so you have different colors for different circuits inside the builds. Definitely really helps out. As I was working on my redstone contraptions, I'd actually just started learning how to program at my college. Now this definitely helped me out because of course redstone is a Boolean logic system, and the fundamentals of programming are based in Boolean logic. So I learned all about the AND gate, the OR gate and the NOT gate, which definitely comes in handy in redstone. And from that point forth, it all sort of came naturally. I had a lot of the fundamentals. I really enjoyed building the redstone contraptions, which meant that I could just work on redstone contraptions all day long without getting too bored. And essentially, I just did what I did at the start. So I continued watching redstone videos, I continued getting inspiration from those guys, I continued downloading redstone contraptions, checking them out, seeing what all of the circuits did, I continued learning different redstone circuits and ways of doing things, and I continued creating Minecraft contraptions just for the fun of it. And then I was making videos of them, people were enjoying them today, and that's basically how that's come about. So I'm still doing what I was essentially doing like 3 years ago, just building redstone contraptions, having fun, creating things that I want to create, and then posting them on YouTube for other people to watch. So I hope that that has been a sort of learning experience for you. I just wanted to document how I went about learning redstone, so hopefully that answers that question. But unfortunately, that's all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.